Asanteni. My co-principals who are here today, our host, Mr. Munga, who's the chair of the foundation, Mount Kenya, the deputy chair, Titus, my colleague senators who are here, members of parliament, governors, and all distinguished guests who have gathered here today. Today, I will be extremely brief. Why? Because we were given a debriefing by none other than Titus, who told us, do not come here and tell us or espouse or expound your economic models. Since that we know. Talk to us about unity. So I told him, if it's about unity, tutamalize mkutano in half an hour. But just before I jump onto that topic of unity, let me first recognize members of Chama Chetu cha KANU who have come here. I just ask you to stand, please, led by Secretary General Nick Salat, ambaye ni mtu ya ndani. George Wainaina, who is our Executive Director, Sitoyo from Narok, Kajiado, our NEC member, Betty Adere from Kisumu. And she's the chair of our women wing. Angela Gitahi, lovely lady is there, another from Nyeri, our KYC. And of course, we've got members of parliament who are here, and many, many others. So please, thank you very much all for coming for this important meeting. I do not want to touch on the economy. I think others will come behind me or after me will touch on it, except to say that we fully understand as OCA the importance of having a conducive environment for people to do their business. That we understand. We understand, and you'll hear some others talk about it, that we need a consistent tax policy. And you'll be very surprised to know that in Kenya today, we do not have a tax policy. But we need a predictable tax policy. You don't want tax policies which come in like what now has happened in the fuel prices. You'll hear about that. You'll hear about agriculture. You'll hear about how we're thinking about GMR. And you'll hear so many other facets of the economy which will be talked about. But I think what you are interested in is exactly what we are interested in. That it does not matter which economic model we present to you. It does not matter. We can give you the most and the best economic model here. But let me assure you, it will be pointless if we are not in power to carry out, it will not, those policies. And you cannot wish it, that it will happen. Things do not just happen. It is made to happen. And every one of you who is here today must take responsibility for that. We've decided to take ours. We will do what has to be done. You too must take your responsibility. Sitting here, I'm sure I'm preaching to the converted. I'm not here to persuade you that OCA is the best movement to support, or those who are not supporting you nowhere are the best. No. You know why you're sitting here, why you made up and sacrificed your time to be here. And this journey which we want to go has to be a two-way journey. We do our part, you do yours. As KANU, where I'm the chair, back in the day, in the 63, and before that, in the 50s, a Herculean task was performed. And that task was lowering the Union Jack and raising the Kenyan flag. Sacrifices were made. The majority of those who made those sacrifices came from the mountain. Blood, suffering was shed. It happened. My plea to you, what your forefathers did, what our forefathers did, let us not waste it away. Let us not do that. And I can assure you, in a blink of an eyelid, if we are not careful, this country can go down that slope where you heard the governor talking about what happened in Rwanda. Yet, we have the means and the resources and the intellect and the persuasive powers to talk to our people and tell them this is not the route to go, but this. Somebody mentioned today when we had a meeting that if you look at the menu today which has been offered, it's not a menu about this versus that. If you look at OCA, that is a rich menu which is there. And by the way, we are not saying that we are excluding anyone from the march that we've set out. All are welcome, all, and I mean it and we mean it, all are welcome. Adui tunajua. All are welcome. At the end of the day, the Kenyans will make their choices. For you, what I said during the inauguration, not inauguration, sorry, I'm running ahead of myself there. When I accepted the nomination from our party, KANU, I said this: our ideology, which is the same as OCA, our ideology is simple. You should have control of your life and your livelihood with minimal interference from government. Our obligation as a government government obligation is to look after the poor and marginalized and remove the burdens that prevent a majority from prospering, period. That is the job of government. Get off the back of the people, let them continue on doing their work as they can, and you know your role in what you have to do. And that is what OCA stands for. So, as I conclude,